Hi, I'm Brad Sweezy, president of Sweezy Travel, and today I want to talk to you about 6 reasons why people vacation at all-inclusive resorts. But first, a little bit about me, if it cooperates. First, I'm an Air Force veteran officer. I went to the Air Force Academy. I served my country and went around the nation and the world, including Desert Storm. Not the best travel when you're in uniform, etc., to really relax, but I've been around before that. But I've traveled everywhere by plane, train, automobile, even a bike or two, including riding a tandem bike in the outskirts of Amsterdam, thanks to a recommendation by the guy to keep me away from all the tourist traps. I've taken a 30-day cruise from basically Fort Lauderdale all the way up to Alaska, flew on a plane, took a train over to Colorado. So I've done it all, including all-inclusives. I've got 2 daughters. They're a little bit older now. As this taping, I've got a 31-year-old and a 25-year-old. Actually, 26 now, sorry. So, yeah. And I've snorkeled with sea lions. This was in the Sierra Cortez, in Baja, Mexico, etc. It was a pretty surreal experience. A little cold, but really fun. And I also swam with sea lions in the Galapagos. So both of those are great opportunities. So let's look at the 6 reasons why you might want to do an all-inclusive. Well, first of all, I'm not going to tell you right now, because if I tell you, like me, I would read them all and I wouldn't watch the rest of the video. So you just have to watch the video to find out. Here's a picture, though. I love sailing, catamarans, etc. So you can see that. You can take that out. No problem. First reason is stress-free planning and budgeting. I help a lot of clients do a lot of different things, and some are very easy to do for them, and some are very stressful. I do a lot of, for example, Alaska. And Alaska is not easy to plan. And if you've tried to do Alaska on your own, then you've probably found out it's a little bit more complicated than you think. The nice thing about it all-inclusive is you really only stress is figuring out, besides the country, the only stress is figuring out which resort to go to. And that's where, if you look at the message boards, etc., and Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, very often that's where the discussion is. Which is the best resort? And often, which is the best resort depends on who's going. Who are you going with? If you're going as a couple, it might be one thing. If you're going with a group of people, it might be completely other. So you really have to focus on that part. But once you do that, once you figure that place out, it's easy. You just get on the plane, they pick you up at the airport, they take you to the resort, you eat and drink, sleep, swim, go do activities, whatever you want, without having to be stressed about nickel and diming for various things. Now, there's always plus options on various things, but really, you can know what your all-in cost as soon as you go. So if you just want to do that, hey, you don't have to worry about these surprises. And sometimes surprises are not fun. The second thing is variety of entertainment. You're in activities. You're never going to be bored. I mean, there's water sports, beach activities, there's entertainment, nightclubs, some have casinos, there's all kinds of things for you to do. I mean, if you're bored here, I don't know what to tell you, because there's just about everything to do here. You can just read on the beach too, which is also good. Read by the pool, read by the beach in the pool. Do whatever you want. I like taking catamarans out and then going out before they can tell me I have to turn around somehow. That's what I like to do. Number 3 reason is dining variety and convenience. There's multiple restaurants, bars, snack stations, room service. They're all included. So you can start off at one restaurant and finish at another restaurant if you want to do it one night. And some places have buffets. You can eat whatever you want and try things that you normally wouldn't try because you don't worry about the cost. I mean, a lot of times people have never experienced a particular type of cuisine because they don't want to spend the money at a high-end restaurant if they don't know if they're going to like it. So this is one way for you to experience that without having to, break the bank. You can even try a drink you normally wouldn't try. So you're on vacation, relax. And speaking of relaxation, it's really unrivaled relaxation. Cruises are pretty good too. They are relaxing. but you're also going to ports every other day or every day, depends on the cruise. So you might not relax in the same way, but it is really relaxing because you do whatever you want. That you don't have to worry about anything. You want to go to a spa, go to the spa. Enjoy the private beaches, swim in the pool, then go to the beach and then pool, whatever you want. There's a variety of things for you to do to relax. And after all, that's what you're going on vacation for, right? This is a picture of one of my clients, at Breathless in Punta Cana. So there are a variety of resorts, and Punta Cana is one of the places a lot of people like going, especially on the East Coast of Florida. Mexico is another big one, and there are other places around the world. So you can find the place where you want to go and then relax in the way you want to relax. You can relax one way and your spouse can relax in another way. It's perfect. The other opportunity is number 5 is opportunities for socializing. Now, a lot of times what we do in our daily lives is we go to work. If you're still working in an office, we associate with the same people we always associate. We have our peer group and we spend time with them. The one thing I like about travel, among many things, is you get to meet people you wouldn't normally meet. You wouldn't talk to them. You've got different peer groups, etc. So when you're on vacation, sometimes, or a lot of times, it brings people together that normally don't come together. And I've had that happen so many times on travel, it's beyond belief. And so that's one of the things I like. This is a social class. This picture here is basically a water bike exercise in the pool. So all these people are on those little bikes there on the side. So you can just join in and talk to people. And sometimes you make lifelong friends from that. Number 6 reason is generally safety and security, right? You've got 24-hour security. It's usually a gated area. You've got somebody around. Now, I know there's some resorts, et cetera, in parts of the world that have had issues. But when you travel by yourself, or, you do a VRBO or an Airbnb, sometimes, you might save some money, but you also might be concerned because the pictures might not match your reality when you get to the actual Airbnb place. So you can have that safety and security that you won't necessarily have when you travel by yourself. So that's important, to a lot of people. Now, I know there's a lot more things I can talk about with, all-inclusives. They're right for certain types of people or certain types of vacation. You just want to get away, right? You want to relax. And so that's one way to do it. And you can choose all-inclusives that are family-oriented or adult-oriented. I've been to an all-inclusive where you're watching ESPN and you change the channel and all of a sudden, there's an adult movie on there. So there's a variety of things out there to meet your needs as a vacationer, and all-inclusives are a good way to go. So what I want to do in that regard is offer you a free all-inclusive consultation. There's no obligation. This is the way I do it. I get a better idea of who you are and what you want, because what someone says is a good all-inclusive for them might be a horrible one for you. You might not be the same type of people. So that's why I think it's so important to have a short conversation. Phone calls usually work best, 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much you talk and how I talk. And then we go from there, because there are a lot of resorts that do a lot of marketing and you hear about them often, but there are a lot of all-inclusives that don't do as much marketing, but they're often better value and a better experience. And one of those is, my client, that I just put into, really enjoyed it. And you don't hear about it very often because it's not advertised in the same way. So if you want a free consultation with me, you can email me at the email below. You can call me at 941-564-9163, or you can text me too. And generally you'll get a response. It might be an hour or two, but if you text me or call me, you will get a response. I like to tell people, if you don't get a response from me, that means I've gone on to a different world. So Brad Sweezy, president of Sweezy Travel. And if you are interested in planning a all-inclusive vacation, you can call me. If you're interested in planning a cruise or a trip that you haven't even thought of how you're going to do that, call me. Thank you.